let me show you what a City Collection cap looks like. But overall, this is a nice dimensional, medium golden blonde. You could, if you wanted to, create a little bit of a side part. We do have a lot of stretch in your circumference. This is gonna be a great wig for longevity, for maintenance, and just that throw on and go easy, effortless look. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm excited to show you what I think is one of the cutest styles from Belle Tress's new European City Collection. Before I jump into it all, I'm gonna remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. All right, so if you are starting to get with the program here, Belle Tress is a brand that we sell at Chiquel, and Belle Tress is also a brand that continues to come out with more and more products all of the time. It's really hard to keep up sometimes, but it's also kind of exciting. But recently, Belle Tress has created their European City Collection to add to all of their other City Collection styles. So they already have their Spanish collection, Italian, California, British, international. I'm probably missing a couple, but they have already several City Collections. And now, like I mentioned, they are adding their European City Collection, which is 12 brand new styles. Now, before I jump into this wig, let me show you what a City Collection cap looks like, because Belle Tress has a bunch of different collections aside from their City Collection. They have their Luxe Collection, Luxe SE, Icons, and Cafe Collection, plus their City Collection. And each of those collections, I've said the word collection like 75 times in this video. Each of those collections has a different cap. So let's talk about the City Collection cap, and then we'll take a closer look at Oslo here. So every City Collection cap is going to be the same, except for one thing, and I'll get to that in a second. So every cap is going to have their extended temple-to-temple lace front that goes just a little bit into your felt ear tabs here. So that lace front allows you to pull it off of your face while maintaining that illusion of growth right from your hairline. And then you have those felt ear tabs with the metal stays in them. So those metal stays, they're bendable. And it's what helps to keep your wig flush against your temples. And it's also integral in making sure that this wig is a glueless wig, that you don't need any type of adhesive to help your wig stay on. So this helps keep it down at your side so it's not flapping around, and makes it so you don't need that adhesive. Now, the one thing that all City Collection styles have is a monofilament part. But as I was saying, there's one difference amongst all of the styles, and that is just basically the location of the part line. Some styles are going to have a center monofilament part, like Oslo here has, and some of them are going to be a left monofilament part, where the part is situated on the left-hand side of your head, and you have, again, that inch space there to work with in the parting. So Oslo, the wig I'm showing right now, has that center monofilament part, giving you about an inch of space to part in this monofilament section. Now on the rest of your top here, you're just gonna have some wefts that have been machine sewn into this kind of horseshoe shape here. And you cannot get the illusion of scalp within that section here, only in your center part line. You're also gonna have an open wefted cap, again, where wefts have been sewn by a machine. So wefts are these rows that you see here. And like I said, they have all been sewn in rows by a machine. And then they're attached here with this vertical elastic, creating a nice amount of stretch here, which helps allow these caps to fit over a bit of a larger head. Then you have your extended felt nape and your Velcro adjusters, where you can adjust the circumference if you need to make it a little bit tighter on you. So that is what your City Collection cap is going to look like on all City Collection styles, of course, including Oslo here. So I have Oslo in the color Raw Sugar Blonde R. I would like to note that today is a very, very rainy, overcast day. I'm standing in front of a window right now. The natural light coming in is definitely a little bit more muted than usual. If you would like to see this color again, I actually have a video showing Raw Sugar Blonde and how it compares to Crushed Almond Blonde as well as Milkshake Blonde, which are two other rooted blonde colors in the City collection. But overall, this is a nice dimensional, medium golden blonde mixed with a little bit of a lighter, cooler highlight in here and your medium brown roots. Overall, raw sugar blonde is gonna lean a bit warmer. Let me give you a spin of Oslo though, so we can take a quick peek at it. I think this is just such a cute and fun style, but let's take a look. Now you're gonna find in basically every single City collection style that has been created, it's gonna have no permatease. So permatease is basically a short-haired crimping effect that is done at the root of some synthetic wigs. And it is there to create volume, to create structure, and to also hide some wefting if necessary. But like I said, most City collection styles, I don't think I've ever come across one that has had permatease before. And Oslo here does not have any permatease, which means it's gonna lay a little bit flatter on your head at the top, so it's not gonna be too poofy up there. Now I find Oslo here to be about a low to medium density, so it's not as low density as some other Belle Tress City collection styles might be. And then of course you have some very slight wave to this. It's like ever so slight, and you have a little bit of layering, definitely giving you more of that like choppy, unkempt, messy vibe. You can see you have a little bit of wave up front, and then there's not a ton throughout the rest. It's just like ever so slightly scattered here and there, which to me gives it that really natural appearance. You're not gonna have any layering or sort of bang situation in the front. It's all gonna be pretty close to the same length all the way around, minus that subtle layering throughout the rest of your wig here. Let me give you a glimpse of this lace front here. It is a pretty nice lace front with this color here. So again, this is raw sugar blonde. Color often plays a role in what your lace front is going to look like. Often, a lot of brands will take the lightest fiber. So in this case, one of their lightest blondes here, and they will put it all in the front of your lace. And that is great because that blonde makes the knotting less visible. However, when that happens, you get almost this like band of blonde in the front here, and it's a very stark comparison against the darker rooting behind it. And to me, it looks too perfect and it looks a little bit fake. In this case though, I love how on this particular color, they've taken some of the blonde and some of that sort of medium brown color at the root here and scattered it, to me, making it a little bit more natural. But anyways, then we go right into your center part. So you have, like I mentioned earlier, about an inch of space to work with in that part line. You could, if you wanted to, create a little bit of a side part by parting it as close as you can to the seam on the side. So even doing just that is going to create just a very slight side part if you want. And that's actually, I think I'm a little off center here actually. There. It's a little more center. Anyways, that still gives you a kind of side part, but if you want even more of a side part, you obviously can't part it more here because it's not going to give you that illusion of scalp, but you can sort of maneuver your finger around at the front where your lace front is, and that's gonna give you more of that side part look just when you're looking straight on at somebody. So that's a little hack you can do to help you out there if you only have a center part. But let me get the actual center part back here. Now in terms of fit, Oslo here fits pretty true to average, but we do have a lot of stretch in your circumference. And like I said earlier, also a lot of stretch within that wefting with those elastic bands vertically down the cap there. So you do have a lot of stretch there. So if you were average, it's gonna fit you pretty well. And if you're bigger than average, it's probably gonna work for you too. If you are a petite size like me, it's going to feel a bit big on you. So for someone like me who is a 20.5 inch circumference, I definitely need to bring in the adjusters a little bit, which will help the circumference. But I do have a little bit of extra bulk in my cap here that I can pinch. So if you're okay with having a little bit of bulk, then you'll be fine with Oslo if you're a petite size. But if you don't like that bulk, then you might not love it. And just so you are aware, I am 11.5 inches front to nape and 11.5 inches ear to ear. Now, Oslo here is made with heat-friendly synthetic fiber, as are every single one of Belle Tress's styles that they've ever created. Everything that they create is a heat-friendly synthetic fiber. But what I do love about this particular style is that it's going to be very easy to maintain. It's going to last you a while before you need to do any heat maintenance on it. So one thing to note about heat-friendly synthetic fiber is that it's going to get frizzy and frazzly and sort of crunchy feeling ends over time, as well as a little bit at your nape. Those are kind of the trouble spots, your ends and your nape. And that happens due to friction, you know, rubbing against your clothing. It happens from combing out your wig, and it just happens from general daily wear. But a short style like Oslo, it's really not gonna get too tangly because it's not long enough to get super duper tangly. It's also not going to rub against your clothing really, so you're not gonna get as much of that friction frizz going on. So as I mentioned, you're not going to have to maintain these fibers as often as you would if it were a longer heat-friendly synthetic style. And also, since this doesn't have a ton of styling to it, like it only has that ever so slight wave here and there, and it's overall giving messy, you're not going to have much of a problem maintaining those frizzly frazzly ends when they do appear. I would just take something like a hair straightener on the ends and just go through the last couple inches just to get rid of the frizz, and that's gonna help smooth out the fiber to make them feel nice and fresh and almost like new again. So overall, this is gonna be a great wig for longevity, for maintenance, and just that throw on and go easy, effortless look. But I think that's pretty much all I have to share with you guys about Oslo today. If there's another European city collection style that you've been eyeing up and you really want to learn a little bit more about, let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to share more about the style with you. For now, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.